You got it. So I'm going to try and keep everything short and quick. So this week, we actually had Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator from Ohio State, go to and essentially enter the transfer portal, going to Big Ten rival school Penn State. Over the last 3 seasons that he was there, he was possibly the best defensive coordinator and strategic mind on the defensive side in college football. Over the last 3 seasons, he's become iteratively better, going from number 32 in his first season to now number 1 in his third. His new deal is $3.1 million, ironically beating out the Michigan defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale. So is this the final piece of the Penn State puzzle to become nationally relevant? We'll find out. Transitioning on, we have Shane Beamer at South Carolina. South Carolina had an excellent season last year with a resounding couple of wins to end off the season, including a win over Clemson. Over the last 4 years, Shane Beamer has gone 29-22. May not sound like much, but prior to his arrival, they were 13-22 over the previous 3 seasons. His updated salary is $8.1 million and goes through 2030. And with Lenora Sellers on his roster, I think they're well endowed for a couple of great years. Alrighty, transitioning over to Bill Belichick. Turns out he was actually willing to sign the contract. Joey was actually the person that brought this to my attention last week. Turns out if he had not actually signed, that there was a clause in there that he just had to hand back over the $10 million contract from that initial year. Over the next 5 years, he will be paid $10 million per year. Do we think he'll be successful? Let us know in the comments below. We're a bit uncertain. And last but not least, we have NFL news. Pete Carroll has taken the job with the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are 24-27 over the last 3 years. The prior two coaches, in Josh McDaniels and Antonio Pierce, were not exactly leading the charge there, and it's felt all kind of downhill since 2018 with the John Gruden disaster. Pete Carroll over his career has been 137-89-1, so it'll be interesting to see him come back. But we're excited to see what happens with the NFL.
Evan, you want to jump in here on anything that stands out to you on these headlines?
Yeah, first and foremost, Penn State got a great hire. You look at Ohio State, and they had, of course, especially in the playoffs, they had one of the best offenses, just absolutely showed out. But one of the reasons that they were able to show out so much is because their defense took so many strides, especially late in the season, and got every opponent's offense off the field so quickly. So they got an incredible hire on that, and it's going to be a really tough loss for Ohio State. South Carolina, yeah, obviously you're going to extend Beaver. He has really, in the last couple of years, taken a lot of steps up in the recruiting, and he showed some real flashes last season toward the end when Lenore Sellers finally got healthy. So really good on that. And then lastly, Pete Carroll's a good hire. He's got a lot of tools on that Vegas offense. I mean, you look at Brock Bowers, just incredible player, and I'm excited for what he can do for what he did over at the Seahawks and bring it over to Vegas.
My quick points on Knowles, I just found this funny. Ohio State asked him not to attend the national championship parade while he was considering taking this job. I just thought that was a little Big Ten
Petty.
gamesmanship for you. Yeah, petty. I was going to say Big Ten gamesmanship. The deal with Shane Beamer, he was 20-18 through his first 3 seasons in Columbia, and I'm in Charlotte, and I'll tell you, like, people wanted him fired if he had a bad start to this year. So to go 9-4 and get the extension, a lot of short-term memory in Columbia, but at the end of the day, I think it was a good decision. On Belichick, the whole buyout dropping to $1 million after June is so intriguing. I think all the head coaching positions have been filled as of today. Maybe there's 1 or 2 left, I'm not sure. But so I think he's going to be coaching UNC next year unless he just gets cold feet or goes through spring practice and is like, I can't coach this team. But I got to wonder, guys, Tom Brady proved he could win without Belichick. Do you think maybe Belichick is like, hey, I can't win in the NFL without Tom. Let me go to college and see if I can make a few college football playoffs with UNC, because the ACC isn't exactly that strong. I could see UNC with the right players making the college football playoff, and then, maybe he's going to pad his resume a bit there. And then finally, Pete Carroll with the Raiders. Guys, AFC West has the best coach division in the National Football League. Pete Carroll, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, and Jim Harbaugh. Three of those guys have Super Bowl rings, and one of them coached in a Super Bowl. That was Harbaugh when he was with the 49ers. So that's going to be a really well coached division, and I think it's going to make it a lot more competitive. Evan, take us out.
Yeah, again, everybody, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on everything you see down there below. We are getting more active on all the social media sites and trying to pump out a lot more content. We appreciate you watching, and come back next week.